guys, and welcome to my new video. I am here to do my July Tarot TBR, and this time my tarot decks weren't the kindest to me. I think it was making up for the two kind months that it had. For the month of June though, I didn't complete any of my Tarot TBR books. I've just been kind of in a weird, I don't want to say slump because I've been reading, but just trying to catch up on the books that I had put off for the month of May. So I didn't get to the Tarot TBR books. So those will be pushed off yet again. But I am going to go over each of the card pulls and go over the different types of meanings after you see the card pulls. Okay guys, for July we're using my Mind, Body, Spirit deck. So let's see, let me get behind the camera, that way I can shuffle on the screen. See what the cards have for me this time around. The Knight of Wands. The Five of Coins, and since it has the 5 up in the corner, I'm going to say this one is reversed. So that means I have to draw an oracle card, since we got a coins card. Yep. 2 extra cards that came out. 5 of Cups and 10 of Coins. So that means I have to do 2 extra oracle cards. Okay, Oracle deck number 1, the Moonology deck. Let's see what I need. I'll go with this one. What do you need to release? A waning moon. And hopefully the last card is from my Animal Spirits deck. Hopefully only one card jumps out at me, because apparently my decks are wanting to torture me for July. Oh, I'm going to go with this one. The Eagle. Alright. And those are all my cards for the month of July. So when looking over my notes for like the cards, I totally forgot that Cups is another draw a card type of card. So I'm going to draw a second Animal Spirits card. Oops. Well, I'll go with that one, the Peacock. Another air card, so that should be interesting. Okay, the first card that was pulled was Knight of Wands. This was upright. With it being a Wands card, it means that I get to start a new knitting project along with the book. The knitting project that I plan on doing is the Jack Socks. I am currently in the process of a couple other like projects and stuff, so I feel like a sock project would be the best thing for me currently. But in terms of reading, the Wands card, Knight of Wands, is an intimidating read. So I'm going to go with the second book in the Game of Thrones series by George R.R. Martin, the A Clash of Kings. And I say it's intimidating because I'm just kind of threatening to prolong my slump, like, kind of bit, because it took me so long to read the first Game of Thrones. So, or the series is The Song of Ice and Fire, I should say. The first book is Game of Thrones. But, intimidating read, A Clash of Kings. Card number 2 is the 5 of Coins. This is a draw card, so I'll have an additional card pull. This is a rags to riches story, but with it being reversed, it will be more of a riches to rags type of story. So I chose It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I believe I have this as an e-arc on NetGalley that I have neglected to read. I'm slowly going through my NetGalley arcs, so hopefully I'll eventually get through them soon. But that is one that I've heard a lot of good things about, so I'm anxious to get started. I got 5 of Cups for my third card pull, and this was one of 2 cards that fell out of the deck, so whenever more cards fall out of the deck, I take that as an interpretation of having to read that book as well. And with it being a Cups card, it's an additional draw a card. And this card, the 5 of Cups, is a sad story card. So I'll be reading A Little Life by Hanya Harigahara. Hopefully I said that right. This has been known across BookTube as being a book that makes people cry. It has a lot of trigger warnings for people that like sexual assault, things like that. So if you are sensitive to those types of things, or if that's a trigger for you, I would avoid that book. But I'm going to try to give it a go. Hopefully I'll get to it this month. We'll see. And I have 10 of Coins, which is a book with a family tree and another draw card. And a book with a family tree, I had to consult Google for this one, and it came up with Homecoming by Ya Jessie. This is another book I've heard a lot of good things about, so I'm pretty hyped to read that. I don't know very much about it, so I can't go into specifics. I won't go into specifics about any of these books, honestly, because I don't really know a whole lot about it except for what I've heard on BookTube. But I would recommend you looking at these books up if you're interested. Now, for the additional draw cards, I did first card I pulled from the Moonology deck, and I got the Waning Moon card, which is What Do You Need to Release? And with this, I need to get to this book in order to release it from my TBR, so I don't have to read it at the end of the year whenever I do a big long wrap-up vlog, is The Lamnants by George Higgin. I've had this book on multiple TBRs. If you are new to this channel, this has been pretty much on almost every single Tarot TBR video that I have yet to actually get to. It says this is an advanced reader edition that I picked up from my local library when they were having their book sale. So yeah, hopefully I can actually get to this. This is like about a family and just following them through their lives, and it's based in the 1950s, it looks like, so we'll see how that is. And the next 2 cards I picked from the Animal Spirits deck, and the first one being an eagle, which is an air sign card. I had the hardest time trying to find a book that reminded me of the eagle. There's not a lot of books that have an eagle on the cover or on the title that isn't about bald eagles. I didn't want a nonfiction book about eagles themselves. I want something that reminds me of it. So when I think of eagle, especially this eagle, I think of kind of like a bird that's free and freedom, or free to make its own choices. Unfortunately, just the way that the U.S. is currently, I don't necessarily think of it being a freedom card for this current state of this country. But I chose Educated by Tara Westover. I heard that this is a book about a woman, it's a memoir about a woman who gets herself educated because she wasn't educated when she was a young girl because of the way that her parents had raised her. So I associated that with her getting the freedom to get the education that she wants and deserves. And then the last card, finally, is the Peacock card. This is another spirit card, and I also had a hard time finding a book that either had a peacock or a peacock feather on the cover or title, but I decided to go with I Am Madam X by Gaia Delberto. I'm looking at my notes over here just to make sure I'm saying it correctly. I could have swore I had a copy of this book somewhere in my house. I don't know where it is. Just by the cover itself, it has a very elegant looking woman who looks very proud of herself, and whenever I see a peacock, I see someone who is proud. Because peacocks, especially male peacocks, whenever they are showing off, they tend to show their feathers. So I associated that cover with this card. So I am hoping to get to all these books in the month of July. We'll see. I know there is a few readathons that are happening. I believe Summerween is this month. I know Questathon is a readathon that I'm going to try to participate in, and maybe there could be some other readathons that pop up throughout the month and that I am just not aware of at this point in time. I am hoping I don't go into a slump before this, because I had the same issue going into a slump before during April, before May for my readathon. And there is going to be an announcement video coming here soon for another readathon that is happening in August, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.